Hello and welcome, Life Steppers. Today we're going to be going over another gem for you guys. It's going to fall under the skill set category again. So you know you're going to find it on the playlist for skill set. Eventually going to start adding to the mindset playlist as well. This one's going to be specifically about what the work looks like and the skill of starting new conversations, basically making new friends, specifically on social media. I'm going to be showing you guys examples from my social media on Instagram and how that looks like. But before we do that, because we're not, we're not gonna be fools. We're gonna use a tool and we're gonna dive into our guiding principles so that we know what we stand on and that we know why we do what we do. So let me share my screen. We fill our cups first by honoring our physical, mental, and spiritual health through self-mastery, movement, nutrition, community, and personal development.
We model behaviors, habits, and attitudes that demonstrate excellence.
By developing individuals, we strengthen families that elevate communities.
We believe that integrity, love, and principles are the foundation of both a great business and life.
We are committed to creating generational health and wealth for our community and beyond.
We continually expand our organization by providing the most effective and highest quality products and services available.
Everything rises and falls on leadership. The measure of an effective leader is not how many serve them, it's how many people they can serve. So I love what we're talking about today because I used to suck at this. I used to be really, really bad at this. And through a lot of repetition and a lot of marathons and a lot of blitz, I'm a lot better. I'm not great, but I'm a lot better. So I wanted to first go over the system briefly so you guys have an idea of how this looks like. And remember, this is like your first initial reach out to someone you've never met. So it's going to look a little bit different. I also added a chat where I'm doing just a simple follow-up so you can see how that looks like too and how simple it can look. Because that now, like when I started, it would take me hours to follow up with 24 people. Now it takes me 20, 30 minutes tops. So the system is pretty simple. First, we want to network. That means talking to friends and family, meeting new people, making friends, building relationships. That might look like networking events. That might look like going and doing things in your community. That might look like joining groups on social media, Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So networking is really just you making new friends. That's really what I want to make sure we do. This is 100% necessary part of the network marketing part of your business. So make sure that you're networking. It's really crucial. And it's something that we want to always be doing so we always have people coming into our funnel. Then we want to make sure we send a tool, whether it's a video, a blog, or a resource. A tool can also be a call, like having them jump on one of the calls that we do, whether it is specifically talking about the ULT and the products or talking about the business, regardless. Like we want to make sure that we redirect them to a tool because we want to make sure that we're not using up all of our time to explain all this information when in reality we can let a tool do it for us and we can multiply our time and actually help more people than if we were to explain to every single person individually. So tool is crucial. It's gonna save you time. It's gonna also help you with your team and seeing how this can be duplicatable because they can see themselves, oh, so I don't have to be an expert in superfoods. I just gotta send this video to my friend. Cool. And you know, one of the main things that we use for sending a video or for getting that confirmation from people, we ask if I would you question. If I send you a video, would you take a look? So that's very important. And I'm not diving into the entire system today. We're gonna have another video for this. I'm just going over the 4 steps so you guys have an idea. Um, Follow up, of course, typically takes about 7 to 14 exposures for someone to make a commitment. So understand that the likelihood of you talking to someone immediately and then like jumping on a call with you and ordering your OT is pretty low statistically. Like not for anything, and it's just statistically that's the numbers for the field, and network marketing altogether. So it's expected. So most people, and this is because people have a lot of offers being thrown at them every day. So it usually requires more exposures because people need to be educated in what we're doing so they can have a good idea of why this could benefit them. Because at the end of the day, like people are thinking, what's in it for me? So making sure that we follow up and allow that time to be whatever that time might be, just making sure that we do our job to continue to follow up It's going to help you to build your organization in the long term. And of course, you want to make a three-way connection because you want to bring in a third person for credibility. Your friends are probably going to trust you, so they're likely to watch a video and jump on a three-way call with a stranger they never met because they trust you. They don't respect you, so and this is not a bad thing. A prophet is never respected in their own home, so that's just part of life. Understand that that's okay. So, and that's because they see you as who you used to be, so it's hard for them to see you as someone who's has a good grasp of superfoods and nutrition or business. So it's good to bring a third person in to bring that level of respect into the three-way connection. We want to make sure we have that trust and respect whenever we're making a three-way connection, so the person is more inclined and more open to make a decision that's in alignment with their values. That's it. Like I said, we're gonna do a whole video going over specifically every single step in here. But for right now, I just want you guys to keep this in mind. So right now in this video, we're just simply gonna stick to networking, like just step one. And what does that look like? So I have a couple of examples that I thought were saved, and I was lied to. Okay, no, we're saved. Beautiful. So this is amazing. This is a great example because we think that it could be very difficult or very challenging. Look at this. Like I reached out to this person in 2022. Nothing, right? Like there was nothing. I have so many of these. Like this happened. So, and this is, as you can see, I sucked. Like I sucked over initial messages. Like, where are you from? Is low key a little creepy. Like, why would a girl tell me like where she's from, like to a stranger on social media? I wouldn't want my daughter to do that. So, like, it makes sense when she didn't reply. So it's okay. But then I saw that she was following me and like she like would like my stuff and stuff. So I was like, let me reach out again. And I was like, I just kept looking at her. I'm like, she looks familiar. It's like, you look familiar. Do you go to William Patterson? She's like, oh yeah, I did. Come on. And I immediately like it's just it's a flow. The new games definitely threw me off. You're freaking ripped. She wasn't a bodybuilder or went to school. How do you get into bodybuilding? Open-ended question. What does she do? A paragraph. Now I know so much. And the conversation, as you can see, kept going. We're still talking. So this is one way where we can get a conversation going, regardless if someone left you unseen or not, because you fucked up in the beginning, like I did. So another way to reach out is this way. Oh, I hate that. I loaded all these up so they can be on the right spot. I was playing. So this is Alexander Anderson. He's one of the top trickers in the world. He's a big inspiration for me. He has landed things that I've never seen anyone land in the planet, and I've been following him for years. I've never spoken to him, so I reached out to him because I'm gonna work through my entire list, like every single person on my list, regardless. So I said to him, this is usually what I said to people who I feel are above me or have more skills than I do in the beginning. I actually got this for Alex Hormozy, longtime follower, first time messenger. You're an absolute monster, brother. Compliment, just the truth. The tricks you land defy all laws of gravity. Another compliment, another piece of truth. I was wondering, how do you get into tricking? Opening the question. Immediately. Now I get to know him a little bit better. Started just like me. I started doing backflips. And then I saw someone do a 900 and I was like, what? And then we went from there. So now the next thing, like we're gonna, and he said it, like, I really made my day, honestly. Thank you. So you don't know, like he was probably feeling down that day. 100,000 followers or whatever, how many followers he has, like he was probably feeling down. And having someone who looks up to you reach out and tell you that they look up to you feels good. I know because I get those all the time, and like not a lot of people do it. It's scary. So I wanted to put this on here so you guys can see what it will look like. I showed you guys how it looked like for someone that I used to know. Kind of like that. We went to the same school, we never actually spoken, kind of same friend group, or never actually conversed. Someone that I never met, but I really look up to, which someone that I would consider being in my chicken list. And then this is usually people. So you get new followers in social media as you grow and as you expand, as you keep posting, you're gonna get new followers. So I learned that one of the main things that we got to do in the business is to make sure we reach out back to every single follower. That's what I do. So this is the message that I do. I send to every follower. every word on this is very intentional. I actually merged the style of Melissa Hanson, which is a 5-star crown, and Jill Stafford, which is a black diamond, red diamond, and I combined them to make this message. So I sometimes change it a little bit. Hey King, I might say, but I don't really change it that much. And it just says, hey there, thank you for following. Welcome to my page. I hope that you find it helpful or at least entertaining for you. How do you find my account? And what made you follow it? And what made you follow? That's two open-ended questions, which are beautiful and allow for a lot of conversation. I love talking to and learning about new friends. Hi, yes, I love how active and adventurous you are, and it's fun to follow your journey and adventures. I love the outdoors and doing crazy activities, so it's fun to watch you do yours. There you go. And then like, hey, I see you go to GCU. Are you originally from AC? And the conversation keeps going. So like, I'm just getting to know her now. So as you can see, like, it's pretty simple. We want like it's a formula. We want to acknowledge the person with your reading. We want to usually compliment or add some kind of positive value to the person, and then we ask open the question. Once you do that, then that frees you to do so much and have so much fun with your conversations because there's so many things you can say, and that will still fall under that formula that will get you replies every time. As you guys can see, I've been literally replying messages all day and they still keep coming. Like, so this works. Like this really does work. And I wanted to touch on a follow-up as well. So this is my friend Dr. Warren, and he is from yeah, he just moved to Austin. But I've been talking to him for a while. We connected like a year ago, something like that. And I don't think I've spoken to him, yeah, like literally since October. Yeah, and he was like, let's stay in touch and stuff like that. So he's on my list. One of my favorite things to say, and I say this a million times, and it's really effective. What's good in you in your life, King? What's good in you in your life, friend? What's good in you in your life, Queen? What's good in you in your life? Like it, and I like to add a little spice. It's been a minute. I haven't spoken to you in a while. Or if I remember anything that they were doing, like how the kids doing. But I don't. I really, that those questions like that can be. You can expect an answer. Like if I ask someone how the kids doing, they're doing good. But if I ask someone what's good in your life, you probably don't know what you're gonna get. That's good because that makes people think and that you get the conversation going. And look, I'm currently in Austin, and teaching full time. What about you? Austin's like I look, keep been looking into Austin, and he's like, yeah, Austin's a growing city for young professionals. And I just kept it going. I'm honestly gonna ask him about Kill Tony and the comedy mothership with Joe Rogan that's out there, seeing if he's tried it out. But as you guys can see, I'm simply just having this conversation as a way to get to know the person a little bit more. If they're having a hard time opening up with me, I have no issue opening up about me because it lets them know it's okay for you to do that. It's okay for you to like put yourself in a position because I'm not here to judge you. So I allow myself to be vulnerable, and I want to emphasize as vulnerable as you feel comfortable being. Like you don't have to share all your secrets and everything like that if you don't want to, but sometimes sharing a little bit more about you can help the other person open up as well. So understand that happens and understand that people will leave you unseen. And as you make these reach outs, expect people to talk shit about you. You should expect it. Like you should expect people to talk about you. I had people that I worked with back in New Jersey make fun of me because I reach out to them and they're like, oh, I swear they were like, oh, Carlos just swears he's the health guy now. Like, who does he think he is? Like, oh my God, literally laughing at me. And it's whatever. Like, if that's the price I gotta pay for the impact I want to make, let's get it. Pay that in, I pay that tenfold. I don't care. So don't be shocked. People will talk shit about you. People will like talk down on you, but those other people are not winning. No no one above you is ever gonna hate you. Hate always comes from below you. So understand that no one doing better than you is ever gonna hate you. It's always someone who's doing worse than you. So don't feel bad. That means you're good. I personally like to collect haters because that means I'm doing something right. If everyone agrees with what I say, if all I have is people who love me and follow me, I'm a sellout. I don't really have an identity. I'm just adjusting to whatever people say. So know that that's good. Personally, I love haters because it shows me I'm moving the right direction. And if you're doing it right, like you should have way more people who love you than people who hate you. But understand that there's always going to be a ratio of people who hate you. And if you're really good, it might be 10%. But if you have a following of 100,000 people and 10% of people hate you, that's 10,000 people who are hating on you actively. So that can be wild. But honestly, none of that matters because we're here to make impact. And it doesn't matter what people say, like this is going to be on YouTube. This is actually public on YouTube. People probably gonna talk like this guy is always on a tank top. Yeah, what's up? I'm still showing up every day. So it doesn't matter. Like understand that this is necessary for as part of the process. And as you step into your light, there will be disruption. There will be people who are gonna be saying things about you. Don't be discouraged. Use it as a signal letting you know that you're doing what's right. Unless it's someone that you look up to telling you like that what you're doing is horrible. Like then be careful. That probably means you're doing the wrong track. But if someone who hasn't done what you've done, what you want to do, disregard, disregard, disregard. Does not matter. If it's someone who's already accomplished what you want to accomplish, telling you like, hey, maybe this is a different approach that you cannot try that will give you better results, then I would recommend implementing that feedback. But for the most part, those people you got to reach out to and ask for advice. Like they busy, they're not gonna come and give you advice for free. So yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on. Like I know that it can be very scary to reach out to new people. I had a really tough time, even with this round of the 500, reaching out to my chicken list, people that I've never spoken to. And I'm getting so many people replying back to me, and I'm connecting people in the UK and different states that I've followed for a long time that I would just skip. I would see all my people that I follow and I would just skip through them. Like, no, 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 no. I just message the next person. No, I'm messaging every single person in the people that I follow and the people that follow me as well. Because they're doors. It might not even be that person directly, it might be who that person knows. So that's it. I know like I wanted to keep you guys, I want to keep this short so I can honor you guys' time. Um, actually, I know I have Aaron on here. Is that helpful, Aaron? Is that clear? Does that make sense?
Yes. Anything specifically? Let's see. I really liked, well, I like how you really structured this today, but I liked the different examples of reach outs for your chicken list and all that. Let's see. Um, how like I do have a question. How
Yeah.
do you know if somebody is being a little bit kind of aversive to open up? Um, how do you kind of open up and share in such a way where you're not making you the centerpiece of it, but you're like, hey, listen, like this is who I am. And like kind of that. Does that make sense? Like I want to be able to open up and make sure that they know who I am, but also that I'm keeping them what they need in mind. So I guess maybe I answer my own question.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you want to validate them. You want to make sure you validate whatever they're feeling. If you're asking a hard question, especially if you're going deep, you might be asking a question that their husband might not know, like might not ever ask, like, or their best friend, something that they've never asked themselves. So it can be
yes,
really scary.
yes.
So I would acknowledge that. Like I would validate that. I'm like, I know it can be pretty scary talking about it. I know that and then I would literally say, I know that when I blah, 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 blah.
Mm.
That's it.
I
That's it.
get it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Like it's literally just validating. And then I remember when I pop, and then you just say what will be in alignment with that, and hopefully that might entice them to feel more comfortable sharing with you. Sometimes you just won't, and that's okay. Like that's perfectly fine. I've had many people just leave me unseen for years, and I just like, hey, I hope you're doing well. Like that's it. Yeah, so it it really boils down to that, and know that don't take it personally. People just it's hard to be an open book, and it can be painful, and a lot of people have been punished for doing that. So don't feel any kind of way, and don't and like like the four agreements say, don't take anything personally. This is not personal. Let's go. All right. And now, of
Murdered. Thank you.
course, now that we have that out of the way and the gains out of the way, because the gains are here, we're gonna end the call. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever time you guys are watching this.